Grandma from Grandma's Footsteps, and today, as promised, we are going to do some embellishments and extras. So this is going to be a bit of a dashing about left, right and centre video, because there's lots of different things to do. So I'm starting off by adding some ribbons to these tags here that we'd already put in. So all I've got is some a 1/4 inch satin, pink satin ribbon here, and I put poking it. You can't see that, can you? Okay, where is the camera? There it is. Okay, so I'm poking them through the hole. I prefer to do it towards the front, but other people have other views. And then we tuck the ends through that loop there, and we pull it up nice and tight. Now, if it starts to become loose, then I will put a dab of glue here, just behind the knot here. Okay, so that's that. So I can put that one back in now. That's that, and that's good. Now I've got an assortment of little fabric type embellishments that I've had for years. I've never really had the opportunity to use them, so I'm intending to use some of them in this book. So I've picked out all the appropriately pink or baby ones, and we're going to try some of them. Now I've got a beautiful satin bow here, which I thought I might just put there because I think it looks gorgeous. So that's it, I've made a decision now, and that is going there. When my glue starts working again, here we go. I'll end up pouring it all over myself as usual, but no, it doesn't want to go really. I've got a little bit more, that'll do, and see how we go. Now let me see, I don't know that this has got a right or wrong way up to this bow, so I'm just going to pop it there like that and hold it for a few seconds just to get it stuck in. Okay, here we go. That's that page probably done. I do sometimes go back and look and see if there's anything else I want to do, but you know, I don't always. Now the envelope. I love the envelope page. I think it's gorgeous, and the little book inside. But I think it might be just a little bit plain. What comes to mind in this case is pearls. Now, I've got these, I think they're 5mm pearls. No, they're smaller than that. Anyway, they're very small pearls in strips. So I'm going to take a strip off, and what I like to do is to add glue. Now these are self-adhesive, but I'm never too sure about them that they're going to stay on, so I use my fine glue tip and glue along where I'm going to put them, just to give it a little bit of extra stick, because you know they have been known to fall off before now. Okay, and then what we do is we press them down here all the way along till we get to the end there, and then we trim them off, and then we come back and make sure that they're straight. So let's have a look. Cut them off there, and then I keep those bits because they're very useful for butterflies and such like. So there's a row of pearls along the bottom. Okay, I've brought the camera in a little bit closer because I thought it was it was too difficult for you to see what I was actually doing. So now I'm going to put some glue along the opposite edge, making sure that I don't actually stick the envelope flap closed. So we just run along there, get another string of pearls, and here we go. We'll glue them on from there all the way across. I will stretch them a little bit because I think it helps them to go straight, but I have to be careful that I'm not actually pulling them along like a train, otherwise they come away from the end, that end, which I think they have done. So we just pop them back there, that's it, and cut it off there. Put the spares back on the keeper sheet there, give them a nice, oh, that wasn't very clever, was it? I was going to say, give them a nice smooth down, like so, and there we have your pearls there for that job. Now, I would like something on this point of this envelope here, because it does have the magnet in it, and I'd like it to not be quite so obvious, that lump. So I was thinking that I may use one of these. Okay, so again, self-adhesive, but I will put a little bit of glue on just to help it adhere and not fall off. So there we go, we will stick that on there, and I think you can say that that page is now embellished. Well, it's embellished to my satisfaction at the moment. Okay, now we move on. We've got these little flappy pages here, and this one which is fairly plain. So I thought we might, I have here, this is a little bit of fussy cutting that I did earlier from some prints that I'd bought, and yep, I have checked the Angel policy, and they are fine to use for commercial use and to sell. I always do check the Angel policy. I know some people say, well, the chances of getting caught using non-royalty free items is pretty slim. Yes, it is, but if you are caught, it can be exceedingly expensive, and I can't take that risk. So I always make sure that the items that I'm using when I'm selling things is royalty free, or has an Angel policy that allows me to use it for commercial use. Okay, so there's that little thing. Now I would like, I think, to add, because it's a little bit of sparkle in the background page there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of Wink of Stella to this. So I'm going to go around the flower like that. Probably we'll go around the neck of the little baby grow there, and the sleeves, like so. And even though it doesn't have a sort of a hem on the leg, I'm going to put a little bit of the Wink of Stella along there too. So I think that's just, oh, I may just put a little bit round this square here, around the outside of the heart. So it's just like painting, but you're painting with glitter. So that's absolutely wonderful. So that now has a little bit of sparkle there to go along. I think you can just about see it, particularly around the neck here, to go along with a bit of sparkle that I've got in the background. These items I think we're going to leave fairly plain, except I was thinking of putting a little pearl, or rather a bigger pearl, just here in the centre of this part here and here, just to give it a little bit of a lift. So I use my pokey tool to pick up my gems and pearls. I find it easier to put them down, and I put a little bit of glue in there so that we can get them to stick nicely. Okay, there we are. That's a couple of pearls in there. And yes, I'm not sure that that needs anything else, because it's got all the lace edge there. So there we go, and that's done there. Now teddy bear. I've already put a button on there. He does look a little plain. He's got his little flower on his head, which is sparkly, but I'm not quite sure what to do with him. We'll give him a ribbon to start with, but he is a little bit plain. So I'm just looking at my bits and pieces that I've got here, and trying to make a decision. Oh, I think I may have put a small hole in this one, and that probably wasn't a good idea. Difficult to get the ribbon through, but we'll go. There we go. Use the pokey tool, always works. So, here we are. Put the ends through the ribbon. And pull them up. Right, I found a little satin bow, which I think we might just give the teddy a little bow. That will be pretty. So I'm going to put a bit of glue on here. Press him down there nicely. There. Nice little bow for the teddy. And I think that's just lifted him up a bit. And then we'll just pop him back in his place. There we are, it doesn't seem to get in the way. And let his bow dry. That's awesome. This picture frame, I don't think I'm going to do very much with it really, because we've got this lovely sparkly lace on the edge here. Sorry about the yawn. Here we go. I've got a couple of little flowers down there. Not sure that we need anything else at all. No, I don't think so. Well, that's quite nice, but no, I don't think so, not this time. So we'll leave that one as is, and it's got lots of sparkle. Now, these here, I think it's all very pretty, but I've got a couple of holes to make here. If my husband doesn't throw this crocodile on the floor. I want something on here to, I don't know, just to lift it, make it look a little bit more fancy. I've got a rather nice, that's a very dark pink button. That's a much lighter pink button. We've got a very large one, but that doesn't quite go. I think possibly this one. I'm going to glue this one on, and at least I would if I hadn't just thrown it across the table. So let's stick this bow. No, that's not a bow. That, my dear, is a button. That's it. You'll get it right eventually, Wendy. Right, there we are. Now, okay, and okay, is that the big one? Is that the big hole?
No.
Well, I asked for the big one. Sorry, my husband's making holes for me and he's just made the wrong size. There we are. So that's going to stick on there, and very nicely. Don't think I really want to do anything with these. But I was thinking I might put something. Got the button on there. I might put something in the corner here of this particular one. Now that's gingham, and I've got quite a nice little gingham heart there, which obviously it's a smaller gingham, but I will have a go at that. So a little bit of glue on here. Oh, let's use the big one.
Got you.
Yeah. Okay, red, use that one, and we'll pop that in there like so. Okay, so I've managed to get the ribbons onto those tags there. I've got the button on, and I've got the little heart in the corner. And then we've got the duck photo frame here. Now, sorry, I'm having to move this about because for some reason the camera is not in the same place as it normally is, so I'm getting confused as to where I'm supposed to be working so you can see me. I have decided I am going to put a little pearl embellishment right on that point there, and I think we'll use one of these like these, there, like so. Okay, a little bit of pressure on it, there. Not sure that that needs anything else. I think it's got all it needs. So now on the other side here we've got this is fairly plain, and so is that. I mean, it's got the beautiful cut out on the front here, but I think it is fairly plain. So I'm going to add again one of those pearl. Oh, big bubble in my glue there. I'm going to add one of these pearls here, like so. There we are. Because that sort of gives people the impression it's a little handle there as well. And inside I'm going to stick something. Now I've got 3 of these little printed things. I've got the beautiful giraffe that says girl, I've got the lion that says hello little one, and the elephant that says new arrival. I think the elephant, I think that will look lovely in the middle of there. So we'll glue that in there. Okay. This is what I meant when I said embellishments and extras, little bits of extra. Okay, just to sort of make it look really, really babyish and really good and pretty, and oh yes, just awesome. I'm going to put some more pearls down here. I'm going to run them down the edge. You can't see that, can you? No. Run them down the edge there. Okay. So that's just a little bit of glue. On there. And we take this. Sorry, I had problems picking that one up. This row of pearls here, and we will glue them down like so. We definitely don't want to go over the edge, so we'll just cut them there. Put the spare bits back onto the saver sheet. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Unfortunately, when I'm doing embellishments and such like, my brain is all over the place. The pages mostly I have planned in advance for you when I do the videos, but when it comes to embellishments I have nothing planned. With one exception, and that's the front cover. I have something planned for the front cover that I'm hoping is going to work. I'm not going to tell you too much about it, but it's going to be, if it works, it's going to be awesome. If it doesn't, well, I'll have to think of something else. That's just the way it is, isn't it? So, okay, there we are. And that's, I've done it again, that's the pearls down both sides. Now I think that really now looks so inviting, as it looks like double doors into a very posh chamber or a throne room or something there. So okay, now this one is more difficult because this one is the book within the book. Basically it's 4 photographs. That's 4 photographs, not the number 4. And words. So I think I've done most of what I need to do on these here, because I've got the tags. I haven't put holes in them, and I haven't put ribbons on them, because that would be an awful lot of things sticking up here, and would probably cover up the words that say my first here, which I've noticed you can see really well this time because of the shine. The camera's picking them up beautifully. So we've got lace, and we've got little bits of embellishment that I did when we actually made it. So I think I'm not going to worry too much about that. We'll just let that go for now. So we come to this little page that we made, or here, this little double page. Now I've already put that in, and I think I explained to you, you know, a baby fills the place in your heart you never knew was empty. That is so sweet.